Alrighty guys, up next we got a video, and this is going to start my classic collection, just because these were childhood items of mine. Not Jemmy, they were sold at Big Lots. I have this one and the Scarecrow that'll do first. Same with the 9-foot head turning cat, it was also Big Lots for me. So I have all three. Now, I don't know the year or anything. Sadly, none of them had boxes. I had to kind of make boxes for them. I just remember having this in like 2010 at my great-grandmother's house. She's the one that bought it. And it's funny because I'm going to share some memories here with you. So she had this thing and used it, I think, a year. And then the next year, the ghost kept falling off just because of how the mechanism is. It needs to be one of those wider ones. And I remember my gram kind of rigging it up so it didn't turn, but it still sat there. And, you know, eventually every day going up and down, it just broke it. And so then she didn't use it a year. And then I remember I was probably 10 or 11 years old. And I said, well, why don't you take the ghost off the pumpkin and give it a fan? So she did that, and obviously back then we didn't know how to properly do it, so it didn't last too long. And then eventually I got it, but sadly by the time I got it, it was wearing out. And so I used it a few seasons with oh, excuse me again, sorry, I'm getting over a cold. I used it a few seasons and gave the ghost string holders and kept them separate, and it worked. Hopefully I don't have to do that. I'm trying to keep this one in pretty good condition. Everything works on it. The only thing was the original fan burn up. Like, it locked up and it just was humming. I couldn't even force it to start. So I popped an 80 on. I figured an 80 would be a perfect, you know, just because of the size of the item and the animation. Right now this thing's not staked down, but it has 2 or 3 stake holders on the bottom. And then, you know, they considered the 4th one to be for the fan. Oh, excuse me. And it originally only came with 2 string holders, I believe. Because I even remember my grams only having 2 because she always complained about it. But if I ever get to use this, I'm going to do the 4 because the 4 just balances it so much better. So without further ado, I'm going to pray and hope that the wind will stay calm for us and I can do a few more videos. So without further ado, yeah, it's inflating it a little faster. Good. I will say, I think one of the reasons my gram got this when I was a kid was obviously, you know, my whole family knew I liked decorating and everything, but she liked it too, and we all kind of agreed. I remember it looks like Casper. Oh, yep, and then Casper here has a zipper. Yeah, there it goes. Actually, that inflates it really well. So yeah, there it is. I know it's 8 or 9 feet tall. I do remember that. One thing I wish they would have done, instead of putting the string holders in the back, I wish they would have done one here, one here. Then you had your 4. And then for Casper, the reason my grams broke is this exact reason right here. The wind would just take it. So I kind of wish, now I know this was older style, but I kind of wish they had either the wider mechanism or they would have done like the stretchy fabric in between, kind of like they did on the newer jack. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but the one jack that turns side to side has elastic that kind of balances it. So yeah, hoping to get a few good seasons out of this thing. I don't even remember where I got it from. I think I got it off eBay. I was looking for one forever and finally found one. That's the only downside, it didn't have the box, but that's all right. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.